My name is Clifford Paul. I'm the Moose Management Coordinator at Unama'ki Institute of Natural Resources. What I do each day, well, I work from home, and I keep an eye on moose populations, and I keep an eye on ecosystems, and I also keep an eye on other things where I work, especially as they relate to natural resources in Cape Breton, or better known to us as Unama'ki. I'm an award-winning crafter. I'm sought upon to attend a lot of craft shows. I had my work juried, and I am I'm always market ready. In my free time, I work on these necklaces. I make a lot, and I sell a lot. The tools my mother brought me, the tools my father brought me, the tools the women and brought me in my community, also the tools the men that brought me in my community. I've very fortunate to be able to express that in ways that are profitable. Yep. Marketable is the word. Marketable skills. And my last 2 years of the business were my best. 2023 and 2022 were the best in sales. But also, I have 11 grandkids. The older ones help me with my business. They travel with me. They have the same level of OCD I have. They set it up the same way. You look at the table, you swear I set it up, but they did it. And they know how to engage the customer because they learned from me. And I'm going to have to teach them how to make the crafts the way I do, and to express themselves the way they want to do it for it to stay alive.
So how did you grow the business, Clifford? How did you grow it so much since COVID?
I built a client base, happy customers. I have a style that's very unique. It's a traditional blend. It is a creative blend of the traditional and contemporary styles. Just as we are, as Mi'kmaq today, we are traditional, but we are influenced in contemporary means. My style appeals to a great audience, young and old alike, and I learn from my customers. I had made inuksuks out of fused glass, and I had them juried. And one of the judging team says, Clifford, you have the rare ability to make something as inanimate as fused glass take on such animation.
So are your clients commercial, or you sell to people directly, or you sell to retail stores?
As a vendor and as an artisan, I thrive on retail opportunities because everything is made by my hands. My hands are not designed for wholesale because I'm not a machine, or I can't print it up. It comes from my hands. So I seek not wholesale opportunities, retail opportunities. So when I work with the NSIDN, the Nova Scotia Indigenous Tourism Enterprise Network, and I represent myself, and I speak on behalf of not only myself, my fellow crafters. I said, you know what, when we make it with our hands, we need more retail opportunities than we do those commercial wholesale opportunities. I have 2 shops,
okay.
One in Halifax, one in the mainland, who have a really good price, and they change it. So everything is negotiable as long as I'm not going fully wholesale on my work.
I got you.
Because if I was an artist, I can do limited edition prints. It's not going to take much of my hand and brain work. Get it done properly, and I can sell it. But me, I can't print my work. I can't manufacture it. It's all designed with my heart and soul, and it comes out as a piece. I think mass production of my work takes away from my creativity. There's so many variations in my work, so many differences. There's a basic schematic approach of how I do it, but a lot of times they're different. What will work for me is to teach my kids and my grandkids to work with my style and let that be the influence. There may be certain things that could be mass produced where there's a profit involved, like my designs, something like that can be entertained and marketed as such. But right now, my business is small. I designed it so that, look at it this way, when you make a business, you create a monster. And you have to feed and take care and babysit that monster. Me, I have my job, I have my outdoor adventures, I have other things that I do, I have my business. I have a quality of life that includes my grandkids, and my kids are involved. If I created a monster and it took me away from all that, I'll have more money, but I won't have the means of enjoying my life the way I do. So my business, I control the growth. And, you know, it takes us everywhere as we want to go. Everywhere as we want to go, we sell, we make money, we stay in a hotel, we have good food, come back with a profit. So I don't want to spend, I'm 60, I don't want to spend the rest of my life feeding and take care of a business that's going to be money, 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 money. I kind of like what it brings now and how it can carry me into my retirement, and maybe someday I can look at mass production if there's a certain design that can be mass produced. Maybe.
Neil, what would your pieces sell for, Clifford?
They sell from $20 to as high as $80, and depending on where I'm at, the prices will vary. If it's a high, if it was a high cost to set up, like in Halifax, I'll sell them for $5, $10 more. If I'm going to a community event, like in the Waterford or somewhere, it doesn't cost me as much to set up, then my prices are close to what I want. It's just the way it is. It's business, right?
How do you build awareness of your crafts?
I don't have a website. I don't have a Facebook page. I just have that hashtag Bearman Authentics. But for me, it's the engagement of the customer. It's word of mouth. And it's pretty interesting because as a crafter, I have a big responsibility, man. I have a business to run. I have to present my business in a way that it's accepted. Because I'm up against fiddle music, tartans, oat cakes, all the influences of Cape Breton. And I have to remind the tourists, I have to remind the customer that there's Mi'kmaq people here and that we have a lot to offer. So I'm up against that. I have a responsibility too, because I am the frontline worker of bringing the culture to the people. Oh, I love this eagle necklace. What is the significance of the eagle? I have to tell the stories, what they mean to me, my personal stories. Oh, what's the significance of the turtle? And I tell the stories, what the turtle means and the significance. Oh, what does a bear mean to the Mi'kmaq culture? You know, we're asked all these questions. So I can't just give them blah, 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 blah. I have to tell them. So they're not only just making a purchase, they're also being educated. So they're buying not only my craft, but what comes from my heart. And it's pretty interesting, you know. I had a necklace one time, was a stone cross. A man bought it, and they're very happy that it was made by Mi'kmaq hands. Mi'kmaq hands. And one day I seen him, he was wearing it and the cross was all tangled up and twisted, the leather. And I said, man, I can fix that for you for free. That's what I offer my customers. If the leather wears out, I'll fix it for you and you can wear it proudly. He says, no, I want it the way it is. I looked at him kind of confused. I said, why do you want it like that? He says, when my mother was dying, I was leaning over praying with her. She was holding the cross, twisting it, and she said, is this the necklace the native person made? Yeah. And that's the things you carry as a traditional, as a crafter, as somebody who has his heart and soul in not only the business but the design. And that story sticks with me forever.
So I guess in terms of getting the product out to the people who you want to buy your products, what's the most effective way you think that is done?
The most effective way is word of mouth, but also my design. It's unique. The way I design the necklace, it fits the human neck and it adjusts. It's adjustable on the fly. There's a little bead, it slides, wear it high or low. And that came from when I used to work with the wire. Like my work today is 5 generations of change. 5 different styles before I'm down to the way I do it now. So when I first started making necklaces, I make this nice necklace. And I found that the older women like to wear them long. Oh, this is too short for me. And the younger women like wearing them short. Oh, this is too long for me. And then I said, well, I'm losing business. I'm losing sales because the necklace is too long or too short. So I incorporated a bead that slides that makes the necklace fit high, low, whatever you're wearing. And it works. I engage my customers well. Conversation. I don't speak with them in any tone other than if they want to learn, I'm willing to teach. And if they want know the story, how I built it, I tell them. Without giving up trade secrets, I will still show them how I do it. And I do workshops too. I had a university come down. They want to do crafts. They asked me if I do any workshops. I said, sure, I'll make 120 kits. And during lunch hour, I'll teach them how to make their own necklaces. And guess what? Everyone did. And within the lunch hour, and someone that saw me on breaks, I need to finish this, what do I need to do? And it worked out.
What's your advice to the next generation coming up in the Indigenous community to make a positive impact?
Positive advice? My advice is to let your creativity flow. Creativity flow. Learn from other crafters what works and what doesn't work. You are a modern day Indigenous person. Let your work reflect that. Be able to do the traditional stuff, be able to do the contemporary stuff, but also blend it as well, because that's who we are today. So people are thriving for authenticity. I said the fact that it's made by my hands, comes from my heart, I'm Indigenous, that's authentic enough for me. So authenticity is very important. But who's going to judge my authenticity? Is it a crafters panel of non-Indigenous people saying this is not the right way to do it? Or should the authenticity come from my people and say, wow, I wish I could make this. Oh, this is a nice style. Comes from your heart. And I can make all traditional pieces and I can sell all traditional pieces and get away with it. I can make all contemporary pieces and I can make all contemporary pieces. I can sell on all contemporary pieces and get away with it. But I am all that, so I can mix them. So you might see a traditional necklace with a bear claw, all traditional, nice beads. Or you might see the same thing with a Montreal Canadiens logo. Contemporary and traditional mixed.
Ego igande ha ego guandu dana he he ego igande he guandu dana he